Well, I got my new pool filter in, and it appears that it is correct. This is the new one, this is the old one, and it stands just about the same size and stature, and the rest is falling apart. I pulled out some of the weeds here, but didn't gather them up. This one has a bolt on it, so it's all bolted together as one unit. And I have the new O-ring for this. One thing is missing, which is this piece right here, but they give you a new one for this, so we're going to go ahead and install that first. It's called the Flex Air Relief Assembly, and it has a plastic tube with holes in it. There's a clamp in there, and you can't see it, but there's like a filter, there it is there, thing that goes over it. So installation of this is pretty easy. The small end goes down in there, even though that end looks like it might fit. The small end, as per the instructions, goes down in like that. And then the filter thing goes over it. So we do that. And that fits down just like that. I apologize about the noise, but my neighbor is having the roof done. Clamp goes down over that, around the filter screen thing. We just tighten that down. That should do. That's in there good. Make sure that's tight. Yes, it is. Now we're ready to remove the top of the filter. This is a 9/16. This happens to be a ratcheting box wrench like that. I left this loose since last time, so that's loose enough for me to unscrew by hand. And you want to hold on to the spring and everything else here so it doesn't go flying. It's not under tension anymore, but you want to keep the orientation of everything. And this is a long thread. Now we can jam a screwdriver in here and just sort of pry it off. Just let that hang down there. Now that that's done, you should be able to just grab the top part and it'll come right off. If yours doesn't, for whatever reason, it may need a little persuasion from, something like a rubber mallet. Don't use a regular hammer. That wouldn't be good. Now it seems that in the time it took for my new filter grid to arrive, the old O-ring that was on the pipe there has fallen off, but it's no good anyway, and I have a replacement. And now we're ready to put the O-ring on. Just make sure there's nothing there that's going to be in the way. Maybe a little DE, but should be fine. Don't drop the O-ring down the pipe. That would not be good. And it just rests in that little groove. We're also going to take the time to put a little lube on that. Not going to need that much really. Just run it around. And for some reason mine appears to be stuck there. There we are. That's good. To install it, you just get the elbow piece and put it down over that pipe. And the rest of it just pretty much sits in there. So just take it and put it down. And work it over that pipe nicely. And that's it. It's in. Now if you look at this black gasket here, you're going to want to lube that up all the way around. If that gasket is cracked or otherwise in bad shape, then you're better off replacing that, otherwise it is going to leak. So we're just going to lube this up. Be liberal with this stuff. Not too much, but make sure there's enough, certainly. I find putting your two fingers together, one riding on this lip and the other riding on top, seems to work best. Once you have that all lubed up, then it's time to put the top back on. Now it's time to put the top back on. Just pick that up. Now it may get caught on the little straw-like thing at the top, but it should bend out of the way. There it is. Now it's seated. Make it straight, put it back the way it was. For those of you who don't normally follow my videos, I have not opened my pool yet, and that's why there's just tape on here instead of a gauge. This is no substitute, and this would never work. It would blow right off. So that's back on, and now it's time to put the clamp on. And now it's time to put the clamp on. Mine just sort of, fell down around it. So pick it up. And it goes, it's kind of like a belt. It's going to be a little fidgety, and of course I'm trying to get this shown to you in the camera. You just feed the bolt through, like that. Make sure you have everything around. This looks pretty good. So we'll say that's alright. And now we'll get the bolt assembly. The bolt assembly goes right back as before. There's this end washer and the bolt with a washer on that through the spring. Okay, just like that. So we'll just put all of that on and feed it through. And then start screwing it down. This is a very long thread. Now once you have this where you can't turn it by hand, you're going to put your wrench on it. Once again, a 9/16, same as before. And we'll go ahead and tighten that down. Now if you look at the spring, you can see the gaps between all the coils of it. The goal here is to tighten it down until they all touch, and theoretically that's supposed to be tight enough for the clamp. If you have a deep wall socket, you can use that instead. That would work equally well. Coils are just about touching. I don't want to over tighten this, so I'm going to be careful on it. Maybe we'll just give it a little tiny drop more and pull that good. Oh, other way. Now that it's howling in pain, it looks like we're good all around. And that is all there is to it. Just make sure your clamp is seated everywhere, which mine is. And that's it. The filter grid assembly has been replaced. So if this video helped you out, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons. That lets me know I did a good job making this video, and I can continue to provide them for you. Have a great day.